boys
right.
will be boys.
I knew you were going to do that.
Bad boys, boys will be boys. Bad boys, bad boys.
Why are you like swinging a dick? That's what
I
it
am. I'm
looks like.
dancing around. Y'all, that's in our head today. You know why?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just in my...
It's stupid when you can't come up with a reason.
We're delirious.
We are. It's been a
It's-
long week already. What? And it's fucking Tuesday.
It's... You know, I thought it was Thursday. I started to take my trash out this morning.
Well, it's like, what is that from 30 Rock? And he's like, oh, thank God it's Friday. Or Tina Fey, she's like, Lemon, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
That's what I feel like.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
I mean, y'all, it's hot. And when it's hot
It's
in Los
real
Angeles, Poodle and I don't do well at all.
It's real hot. It was
At all.
99 today.
It
We've
was
got the
literally...
air conditioning running, and it's like 9 o'clock.
And Poodle keeps saying, we shouldn't have the air conditioner on this late. We don't need it. I'm like, yes, we fucking do.
It's pretty bad. I don't deal well with the heat.
You know what?
I wilt like a hothouse flower.
It's true. And I tell Poodle, I tease him and say he acts like a bitch in the heat, but so do I.
Yeah, I know. I let you have that
My
one.
boyfriend comments on it quite when he does. It's like a circle or what are you doing?
I'm trying to move my computer.
It's like a daisy chain, except without sex. Poodle gets hot, and I run from Poodle, and then I go home, and my boyfriend goes, "You're hot. I'm going to go in the bedroom."
Good.
Anyway, welcome to 90 Day
Welcome
Gays,
to
y'all.
90 Day Gays.
This is the
our
tell-all.
the-
The toe.
This is the inaugural episode
Yes.
of The Other Way, Season 2. And you guys, we're recapping, for those of you on our Gatreon, we're recapping Season 1 of The Other Way, currently on our Gatreon
We are.
the $5 level.
We just got to the episode. We're at episode 5 this week, and we're just at the episode where, y'all, we're going to start talking about anal.
Jihoon
Jihoon
and Devin.
we just met them.
We did not see them. I was like, we're going to be talking about anal. I'm like, have you been reading my tweets?
Have I been reading your cam messages for Piano Cat 77?
Piano Cat 77. Y'all don't come at Piano Cat 77 after 9 p.m., okay?
She's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's
You're gonna need to have your age verified.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And deposit $50.
Mm-hmm. Cha-ching.
Just a Bitcoin. I don't know. Is that what that is? Is that what you do? Do you use Bitcoin for porn? That's what people use it for,
I think
right?
you do.
Okay.
Or for child labor,
selling gold bars,
child
Okay.
labor, sex trafficking.
interfering with other governments.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good things.
Good, just checking.
Good. Yeah, because as Yolanda said, and they wanted me to pay them with Bitcoin. I'm not familiar with Bitcoin. Oh,
Okay, y'all, we're actually very glad to be starting this season because the human garbage that has been littered with Before the 90 Days season 4 is almost past us.
It's
we have
true.
one more fucking tell-all to do. They've stretched it out so much.
we literally just before this, we did a crossover with Kim and Kyle at Cray Cray, y'all, which is going to drop on Thursday. And we talked about the tell-all, but then we also talked about how all four of us were so excited to see just people in love. Just people, and which, by the way, that
and not people scamming each other.
That episode's going to drop. So we're going to put it on our Gatreon. However,
The crossover episode between Kim and Kyle from
but we're going to put it as a free public, so it won't show up your normal feed. We'll post it all on social media and stuff, but you can listen to it on your desktop. You can listen to it on your phone. You can listen to it on the Patreon app, but it's totally free. We're just putting it. That's what they're doing, so we're going to do what they do and just put it in there.
And sorry if you hear my phone beeping. It is because we have food being delivered, and of course I have friends wanting to talk to me right now.
Why don't you put it on silent and then just turn it over so you'll see it?
I'm trying to do that, but I don't always see it.
Do you want me to do it? I see it.
You can always fix something, don't you? Let's just talk about some more announcements.
Do we have more announcements?
Yes, we have all what we just talked about Smothered and fucking
God,
all that
so
garbage.
Much.
So I put on our Patreon poll today or yesterday of an idea we had, because we've been doing Fox's Labor of Love for our $5 Patreon, and frankly, the show sucks.
It's bad.
Christy sucks. The guys suck. Kristen Davis doesn't know where she is.
It's not good.
That bad, person in a bear costume sucked.
That interior decorating, it sucks.
It's bad. The show's bad. Here's the thing. We thought we were going to jump from that show to TLC's Smothered, which is an equally offensive show for a different reason.
It's good.
I despise
it. I love it.
And you all obviously want me to be in pain. So
it's
you all,
so good.
I was actually shocked by the responses of when I said, I'll see you in hell. Someone's like, see you in hell, poodle.
See you in hell, poodle.
Can't wait to watch you burn.
But we did that poll, and we had
it's kind of an obvious
750 votes total, and 118 wanted to not jump to Smothered, and they wanted to keep Labor of Love. And 632 said, fuck that shit, let's see Smothered.
Well, here's the thing. I think the 100 and something is those people did want.
We got to thinking about
Labor of Love.
Some people joined our Gatreon to watch that show.
We are
so
going to continue on with Labor of Love.
So we're going to do fucking
and do Smothered.
Because it's a fucking pandemic and y'all need content. We're probably not going to be able to get to Smothered and catch up on that until probably next week.
Yeah, but we're going to start in on that. I watched the most recent episode and woo!
It's good.
No, it's not. That's not the word I would use.
It is to me. It's so good.
I would use the word abject, which means I recoil from it.
So anyway, y'all, check that out. That's coming.
The bottom line here is Smothered is going to be moving from... Smothered is going to be one of our limited series binges at the $5 level. That it will still be at the Bi-Curious $8 level. We will also put it in the $5 tier. But we will also be doing, for our brand new Don't Pull Over tier, we will be doing a new Bi-Curious episode.
Just this month.
Because
we feel like
we'll be doing two. So you guys need a little bit more if we're taking that away.
We feel like, if we're putting that down the $5, we're going to do...
we don't know yet.
We're going to do an episode there. We think we know.
We think we know. I need to clarify.
Anyway, let's not talk too much about the Patreon, because I don't want some people to come and... Y'all talk too much about the Patreon before the show, and I just get to it.
I wasn't sure a lot of them were from Mississippi, but that's
I'm
okay.
Just saying.
Anyway, I just needed to say that, though.
That's all we wanted to say. And
all right, let's jump on.
I'm excited. Yeah, let's jump into the show, everybody.
Toe, y'all. Season 2 of Toe.
Episode 1. Episode 1.
Which was a 2-hour.
Was it 2 hours? It's normally going to be an hour.
Yeah. Thank the Lord, baby Jesus above.
I really do like it when they do an hour. It's just enough.
Yeah. It's more than enough. So, y'all, we come up to Yazan, or Yazan, who even knows? And he's 24 from Jordan. He's hot. He is hot.
I'm ready for the shirtless picture.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
He's cute. Beautiful eyes.
He's very cute.
He's the oldest of his siblings. And then his fiancée, Brittany. Yeah, I'm going to see there's going to be some... Let's just say there's going to be some fish out of water experiences from Brittany. Brittany is a girl from Florida.
She is from Florida.
From 26 from Palm Beach. She's an aspiring rapper. an aspiring model, and she does not like people to tell her what to do.
She does like to do Instagram by model, y'all. I mean, I guess you can be an Insta. Let's see. Does she have a following
She's
on
an
social
influencer.
media?
She has to. They all do.
But
Unless you're baby girl Lisa.
where did it become that you can just do a fucking... You can dance in front of a motorcycle with a jumpsuit and your fucking house shoes on.
And your
it's
adult braces.
And it's...
I'm not going to let go of that one.
And it's a photo shoot.
Those are going to make an appearance later, you guys. the
Oh,
adult
my
braces.
God.
So, things about Brittany, a couple qualities she would put in her dating profile. She's adventurous. She's a Barbie. She's a 7-layer cake, whatever the fuck that means.
When she said that she was a Barbie, that's not, y'all.
Yeah, it's not great when you infantilize yourself as a doll.
I can't find her Instagram. Women, that is not good.
Okay, we're going to pause for just a second because we're going to go get my food, and then we'll come right back. Okay, we're back.
Y'all,
a little break.
Pause to eat, and in the midst, a homeless man or a
Started
person
screaming.
experiencing homelessness started screaming at this guy, called his phone. There might be a police helicopter. We don't
The
know
dog
what's happening.
downstairs was losing its shit.
Suddenly, I hear brrr, 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 and Piano Cat 77 starting to blow up because it's past 9 p.m.
I know. You know the rules.
I don't.
I gotta go help. I gotta go to my public.
So let's move. Let's talk about Brittany. So, Brittany, I feel like here's my thing. We've already talked about her being a Barbie. She said she's a 7-layer cake. Poodle, what does when someone says that they are a 7-layer cake? What does that mean?
They're very full of themselves.
Okay.
One of my favorite descriptions of Brittany is she does not like to be told no. So this is going to really work out well going to Jordan.
Going to
A place with, let's just say, besides religious rules, where she may, as a woman, may not have a lot of the same rights
and
she has.
Which, in our crossover cray-cray, because Kim fucking educated us.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Jordan's actually, apparently, there's parts of
Much
Jordan
more
that,
progressive.
much more progressive. It's not like Aladdin. And so she said, I hope they don't make it out to be like that because it is much more progressive. But
Yeah.
still, even in that way, just coming from being an American woman,
Yeah,
it's going to be a culture shock.
Yeah, she'll have to probably not show as much skin as she was in her rap video.
And I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
speaking of, how popular are female rappers in Jordan? I mean, is she just going to film it all and then just put it out in the U.S. but not tour in the U.S.? Just
That's a good question.
because
It's a really good question.
if we're thinking about from her rap career, probably this isn't the best move.
I don't think that. I think this is a career killer. I think that's what I would call it.
I don't.
It's going to be
I
interesting.
don't.
I also ask how many female rappers are there with adult braces?
I mean, adult braces don't bother. That really bothers Poodle.
It doesn't bother me. It just for her as I get you can have like have a grill on your teeth, but adult braces is kind of takes all your street cred away.
Well, maybe it does. You know, that's when you were able to get them. But yeah,
She
she should get the rubber bands around them, like I used to get that are like blue and pink.
I'm just
Match your
saying
outfits.
it's kind of like having a rapper with like a therapeutic back pillow. It's kind of the same.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I think it turns out, you guys, Brittany. God, it's funny to say this. She got into a relationship with a tough guy. She was raised by her single dad.
Daddy's girl, which
Yeah, no
means
shit.
She was probably spoiled.
Red flag.
Probably spoiled.
Yeah. So she prefers, after her relationship kind of ended when she was 17, she prefers dating men who were more, she describes it, subtle.
Subtle.
Translation there is older.
Older.
And probably had money. I think she basically said, she goes, and the subtle men preferred my braces.
They preferred her braces. They
So
probably,
I guess when they make you look 16.
maybe one of the subtle men paid for them.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I'm not going to speculate, but
No,
who knows?
maybe not. But she dated someone who was, she said, 83, 84, 85.
85.
And this is when I paused my TiVo and I yelled out to the ether of the universe, this is what Jake Anthony should have done. And he squandered away his youthful ass on fucking hipsters who read poetry and can't afford shit.
Well, thank you for reading me for that. But look, she's not happy, so she moved on. So this is the cautionary tale.
Yeah. Just saying.
Anyway, guys,
we could be doing this in a studio with an actual producer.
Paid for by my rich husband's money. God rest in peace. Rest in peace, God.
Instead of a window unit, we'd have an air conditioning room.
And instead of a dog downstairs, it would be a security guard.
Yeah.
So she was visiting her friend, visiting her sister, I'm sorry, and she was her sister's neighbor who was from Jordan, and she just saw this really hot guy on chatting. And then they fell in love first sight, that kind of thing. I
kind of thought that was a cute way to meet somebody.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
At least they're not meeting online,
Like you're literally walking and you see someone, but in the video
not like
chat.
Ed's sex tourism or anything like that.
Oh, God. What forget him.
So she,
and Yazan, how to say his name again?
Yazan.
Yazan. He has a medical engineering degree.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's still working at his father's fish market.
Yeah.
And she I do think she loves him. She's like, he's not rich. I mean, but he did fly her over there.
I think she's infatuated with him. I don't know.
I don't think she knows anything about
love.
I don't see. No. Maybe.
Well, look at the track record. Let me just bring this up. 17. She got married really quickly.
She's only 17.
Then she went to dating older men.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days.
Do you see the correlation of this? Everything is extremes. You can't. So what she thinks is love, I think is infatuation.
I think, yes, I think she is. It's interesting because you're like, okay, you were raised by your father. You had a male. This is why some people say, well, if you have a positive male figure, then you are better with relationships. If you're a woman and you're dating a man,
I think that's all lip service.
There's
reasons for all of that.
To that, but it's a lot of other factors. And for her, I feel like I think it's the intention, and that I'd be interested to see how long our long-term relationships were.
I think everything.
I bet she gets bored.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Everything is kind of new.
Yeah.
And someone from Jordan is really out there.
And it's interesting, and he's hot, and they probably fucked real well when she was over there.
Yeah.
And also, y'all, we've been this. Have you had that summer fling or that guy you fucked around with for like a week or two, and then you thought, you know what? Let's date. Let's make this a real thing and get to know each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Poodle's confused. But so
what is this date?
She went over there for vacation, y'all. That is way different than fucking moving to a place.
Yeah, it's like Tania's vacation in South Africa.
Yeah.
When her woohoo girl phase all the way through the bars in South Africa.
I'm still mad that we had to sit and watch that fucking tattoo ceremony during that wedding. Anyway, y'all. So
we're going to get plenty of them on Happily Ever After coming up.
She is. So anyway, I just think that she is, it's not going to go well.
Yeah,
and then the fact
pretty
that
fair prediction.
She doesn't deal in reality.
No, you're right.
Think about this. She does all this YouTube stuff, all this modeling. She wants to be a rap star.
Yeah, it's about perception.
Her rap wasn't that good.
No,
it wasn't that good.
I'm not really an aficionado, but I didn't really think it was good.
But we know the difference of like whenever we watched that Drag Race episode and Nicki Minaj just started freestyle rapping and we both went, what? Because it was amazing.
It wasn't great.
This was not great. So I'm just saying there's all these factors, and as soon as he starts when they have video chat and they're talking about being fucking Muslim.
Well, he said he wants her to convert.
wants her to convert, and she's like, well,
Your beard is so cute.
Yeah.
And he does say, come on, babe, Islam is good. It's a good conversion tactic. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's like, Scientology's awesome. Islam
Talk
is
about,
so
hey
good.
Hey now, Islam all day.
Chuck it Mumpy Nande. So the father.
We sang that in show choir too. Was that appropriate?
No.
Talk about hey mon.
Did you just appropriate everything vaguely ethnic for your show choir?
I didn't choose the music. I just chose the outfits. I was the one that decided all the guys
I'm
needed
sure
to wear.
those were tasteful.
Oh, we all wore hammer pants. My mother made them.
Wow.
I had the baggiest hammer pants, black hammer pants, a black T-shirt, and then my neon vest. And half of it was green on one side, and the other half was pink. I chose all the color scheme.
Great.
You know.
And look where you are now.
Yeah.
So she's got a little bit of baby girl Lisa in her. She thinks that she's going to go to Jordan and decide what she wants to do, and because she thinks she wants to stay with Yazan but they're not, even though they're not married.
Look,
So she's kind of flaunting that a little bit.
it's this idea that some of the Americans have on the before the 90 day of, y'all, I'm all about people changing the world. I'm all about you wanting to move the needle. That's great. If you are a woman in parts of the world, your autonomy is taken away from
Yep.
you by the sheer fact that you are a woman.
And you have a vagina, and you
And
don't have a penis.
vagina and you don't have a penis.
It's hard to change those cultural rules.
Especially when you're an outsider.
Yeah.
Going into those cultural
Yep.
laws.
When
Many
it's-
times that's done by insiders.
And when it's written into religious code.
So, good luck.
Good luck, Brittany.
Good luck, Brittany.
I won't.
You're such a bitch. Good luck, Brittany.
Good luck, Brittany. I will be there to watch you melt down, which will happen definitely.
Episode 3 at least.
Yeah. So we find out that she's even more concerned when she visits a random lawyer who the lawyer has a real laugh. We'll get this in a second. She can't. She's really worried that she's going to have to get married because guess what? She's not divorced.
And guess what? She forgot she was married.
My favorite line of the whole episode is, I kind of forgot I was married.
I mean, Poodle, what are the things you've forgotten about?
I've forgotten a lot. I've forgotten someone's name mid-pummeling me. Mid-pummel.
Mid-pummel.
And by the end, I'm just like, grinder hookup, guy, red hair?
Yeah, I've...
Donald?
I've forgotten someone was already inside me, and I asked another guy to come. I thought the road was open because I'm numb down there.
Yeah. A constant epidural.
Constant epidural.
We're gonna get into epidurals later too.
Ariel.
So
just get fucked in the ass a lot, like me. You'll feel nothing after like age 30.
That's what you can do, Ariel. If you're worried about epidurals during your pregnancy,
just get fucked in the
ass. You won't feel a thing. Your spine will just shut down. So she can't get married because she's not divorced yet, and she forgot that she was married. It's hard to forget that you're married. But
actually, again, if Poodle was married to a rich older man and they summered in Capri, Poodle would forget he was married.
I would forget I was married when it benefited me, and then I would remember when it was time to pay the check.
So exactly. So what's happening?
What are you, my husband or not?
Where are you, beloved?
My husband would call me beloved.
Oh, for
beloved,
sure.
Where are you, beloved?
I'm right here, beloved. Get in the
Would
closet.
you like to walk with me along the Sirocco?
Sure.
Sure thing. Can I bring a friend?
Can I bring a friend?
He's inside me right now.
He's stuck on my braces.
So, you guys, her first... God, I'm going to have a hard time getting this out. her ex was giving her a hard time because he was deported by ICE from Haiti.
About 2 or 3 months
after their marriage. She didn't know.
She didn't know.
So obviously she didn't really ask a lot of questions. She basically to the lawyer, how quickly can we get this done?
She's like, sure. And the lawyer,
is there a form I can sign?
So this lawyer, what was her name?
Who cares?
No, she needs to be the lawyer for every 90-Day Fiancé.
She was funny.
Because she was funny and she was real like, so are you going to tell him that you're married? Because you might want to tell him all this. And Brittany's like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I guess I can't make it that long. She's like, maybe tell them before you go.
Before you go.
And literally Brittany's response was, oh, really?
I also like when she's like, I mean, in her confessional, she's like, I mean, we're probably talking about bigamy here. And the bitch laughed.
Put her on the telephone.
Oh, God.
It was good. So I think what we're seeing with Brittany, if we're doing our normal little, sometimes the little analysis that Poodle and I like to do on these people, we'll see. That's what we should do. We should do a little like, what do they have in the beginning of the season? And then where are we right at the end?
What do you mean, what do we have?
Like, what is like where we said like Ash was a sociopath and we called it.
Well, I don't think we need to diagnose her.
Well, but I do feel like there's, of course, I would have been wrong with Big Ed.
Yeah, you would have been.
Boy, that homeless man
People
out.
are
Y'all
still
can't hear him,
screaming.
But he's very angry.
Anyway,
I think Brittany's thing is, it's because it's baby, but the better word for it, I think she is. We talk about like Sumit being a man child.
Yeah,
she's a woman child.
Yeah, she's a princess. Her dad's babied her whole life.
And I think that she's gonna go over there, and Yazan is not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna. Maybe he will be like, I take care of you because of his culture.
Well, she's gonna want that, but she's gonna be way out of her depth. She's going to have people come at her, and she needs to be she needs to be respectful to. She's not going to handle it well.
She's not going to handle it well. And also, I'm not saying this is true, but my father, Chelsea Marr, used to have a saying, Matthew, just remember, he who has the gold rules.
Okay. What does that mean?
He who makes the gold rules.
Makes the gold?
Meaning who makes the money rules the house. My parents are divorced. My dad just went through his third one. So clearly, he's not great
at that. He's made a lot of great choices.
Great choices. But what I want to say is that archaic way of thinking is in some countries, and even in America, but in some countries, that can be a control thing. If he thinks, well, I am making the money so you don't have to do anything, so you should wear what I would like for you to wear.
Possibly.
And possibly act like it's going to be a rude awakening, y'all.
I just think, what we saw it with Lisa and Usman of in Middle Eastern cultures, and women just have a lot less say in how they conduct themselves in these cultures. Yeah.
It's very true.
American women in general are very much more opinionated.
They are.
Anyway. So, shall we move on to a familiar face?
Yes, let's actually take
faces.
an actual commercial break
break.
And we will be moving on in just 1 second.
Okay. Y'all, it's Jenny and Sumit. The chicken lady. God, we do call her the chicken lady because not that she looks like a chicken, but her voice kind of sounds like a chicken. Especially when she gets really upset. Sumit. If this doesn't work out, I don't think I'm going to You almost lost me at the airport. Sumit.
Now, we're going to say this for you people that haven't listened to our Patreon. We love Jenny. And
we love her.
We like Sumit. We love Jenny, though.
I feel like Jenny's
she's a chicken, but
leading with her heart.
She literally does what Darcy...
Leading with my heart.
Leading with my heart. Trying to stay strong.
I laid an egg.
Oh, so Jenny's 52. She lives in Palm Springs. She's staying with her...
62.
Oh, 62. Yes, sorry. She's staying with Dominique, her daughter. She's been sleeping on the couch for the last 5 months.
Yeah, that made me sad when she just got up off the couch. She doesn't have a place to stay.
We're not. I mean, we can if you want. I don't feel like maybe we
don't need to regurgitate all
because
this.
I feel like some people are listening to our Gatreon and wanting to don't know it. So,
well, you guys,
just so you know, there was some shit. She thought she was going over there. She had to come back.
Google it. Google's your friend.
Just Google it.
But anyway, Sumit and Jenny were on the first season of The Other Way, and it was a lot of shit that went down. We'll be talking about it as we go through, but the long and the short of it was she was over there. She found out the big reveal was Sumit was already married. It was an arranged marriage. She went back to the U.S., and this is where we find her.
But they didn't break up. But
They did not break up.
They never broke up.
Yeah.
So this is where we find her. Jenny looks good. She's
does.
been taking
Looks
these
better.
fucking boxing classes with her
Like
daughters.
CrossFit or something. Yeah, with her daughter
You know what? That made me wish.
and her daughter's wife.
I wish I had a lesbian daughter or like a lesbian sister because they will
they're
make
keeping her in shape.
They will make your ass work out. Where some gay guys really are hardcore breaking out, but we can always be bribed by brunch.
Yes, that's true.
Always.
So I like it
cake.
when Christina is basically saying, yeah, we're gonna if he doesn't get this, if he's not taking care of everything, we're gonna have a problem with it.
Yes.
I like it how she was like, we're not gonna let it happen because
No.
they're being really mama bear on this
They're-
shit.
I think Jenny's kids kind of take care of her a little bit.
Yeah, she's
probably
parented.
financially as well, as we'll
Yeah.
learn. And so she also said, they told her, they said, look, we're not going to support this anymore. And Jenny tells him, she's like, well, Sumit is getting divorced.
Summit's
and
getting
all
divorced.
this. And Christina brings up a good point. She was like, receipts.
Yeah,
You
I
the
need to see the
receipt.
paperwork.
You need to see all the paperwork. You can't just go by what Sumit says and
Right.
believe it. Because y'all, look, he originally
Sumit's,
catfished her.
Omitted several details. He originally catfished her. He sent her another picture that wasn't him.
Yeah.
And then he sent his regular picture. And Christina's kind of like, 3 strikes and you're out. I know you say third time's a charm. We see it as 3 strikes, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. So
Thank
that's
God
better.
someone's looking out for her.
Well, thank God. So, but Jenny forgave him because because she is saying, Jenny's thing is, he is giving up now
They
so
do love
much.
each other, you guys.
They do love each
Yeah,
other.
I think so.
And he is giving up so much of his life. He's divorcing. He's moving out of his parents.
Yeah, he's
paying,
officially getting divorced
He's paying $20,000
to his ex-wife's
Ex-wife.
family.
It's a lot of money.
I think 40,000 actually. That's
40?
the total. Yeah.
I've had 20. He said because I already paid.
That was
him
the
10.
first payment. That's all they had.
Oh wow!
That's what I took anyway.
Wow.
So
I
anyway,
got 20, and then the first payment was 10.
who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Again, don't come for us for truth.
Sometimes Poodle takes his feels right before he watches the show.
It's true. So you guys, he basically is in. She's a little kind of sketched out because he's basically saying, "Yeah, I it's going to take a little longer to get divorced than I thought." She's like, "But no, you can't do that. It's going to take that long, Sumit."
Yeah, because he said it was going to take like 2 months. It's not. It's going to be like 6 months. Because also his wife, and I remember this coming out, she was saying that like Sumit like abused her and all
Yeah.
this stuff, which has been proven false. She's been saying all this negative shit about him because to get him in trouble or thrown in jail or whatever. Anyway, the whole point is she said, I will. The wife said, pay me the money. Isn't it funny how when you pay people money, accusations just go away? Isn't that funny?
It is. It
happens
is.
worldwide, doesn't
Uh-huh.
it?
Yeah. It's
How much would
amazing.
someone have to pay you to make something go away?
Depends on what it was.
Murder. They murdered someone.
And I would have to not say anything.
Uh huh.
Do I know the person they murdered?
Okay, let me preface this. They murdered someone that was terrible, so not a good person. Because I know you. If they murdered somebody like who was a good person,
I'd probably tell on them.
But-
I'd probably tell.
but if it was somebody like horrible,
Oh,
I guess probably nothing. You probably would.
I'd be
keep-
fine with it. Just desserts. That's the karma of the universe, y'all. Sometimes you just have to look the other way.
That's some.
Things get taken care of.
That's a Vicky
by the
Anthony.
universe.
Vicky Anthony.
Mother Poodle.
Wow.
You go about Mother Poodle's Christian name. I've been trying to
Oh,
avoid it. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. So he was going to, when he was on the phone with her, she's like, "Can I talk to your parents? Because I want to talk to them to find out if they're going to support me when you're getting divorced." And the parents would not talk to her.
Wouldn't
course.
talk to her.
Yeah.
And at least that's what Sumit says. But I believe him. I think they probably didn't want to talk to her because he looked like he was about to shit his pants.
Yeah.
She's like, go get him.
Go get him.
So that's basically kind of where they are mostly in this.
I want to point out when they do, Jenny goes and visits her old friend, the financial advisor.
Oh, no, I wasn't done. But
Oh.
yes. That's just kind of like the background and the history of all that.
Yeah.
So Jenny's going over there. She's like, I'm going with my eyes wide open, and it's going to work out this time.
Yeah,
And
she
you know
does
what,
say that.
y'all? They're going to be together, and if they make it, I might get a little teary because I love them and I'm rooting for them.
I agree.
Say it.
And I said this on our crossover podcast. I kind of want them to go away from someplace that's neither of them call home, that they can kind of just make a new start. Like somewhere that's green. Yeah, mansion of our own. Matchbox of our own. Fish of real chain link. The sea. A picture perfect. We don't know the
song.
Attract house of our own. Somewhere that's green. Peacock.
Somewhere I can lay an egg. Anyway.
Do you see any grub worms?
So Jenny does go visit the financial
Her
advisor.
friend, this poor man. And she's like, what am I going to do with this $6,000? He's like, $6,000.
Like, Jenny has no money, y'all, and she wants to get her Social Security early. Y'all,
it's a big penalty if you do.
it's like 30%.
Yeah.
That is not a great thing to do.
No.
Especially when you're only going to get
Like $600 a month.
like $650. What's the normal amount people get for Social Security?
I have no idea.
Like $1,000 or something?
Maybe.
Hey Siri, what's the average amount people get every month from Social Security?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's the average amount people get every month.
Well, that didn't really work.
I was going to say, if she answers this, I'll be thoroughly impressed.
She was like, 4,471. No.
So basically, she doesn't have that much expenses, but all of her expenses that she has in India is going to take all that $600.
She's going to have $75 left. And that's it.
Because he's not
And
working, y'all.
Y'all, Brian, financial advisor, he does something that what adults called writing out a budget. Y'all, if you're in a place in life and you're just kind of like, I'm going to see if I have enough money for this.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best place to be.
No.
Get an Excel spreadsheet, get a notepad, something, write it out. Because that's really all he fucking does.
Right.
And she paid him to be a financial advisor. Just read a Susie Orman book. Like, that's
Change your money now.
wow, that's a really good Susie Orman.
I mean, tell me how much you're making this week, doll. I do lesbians well. And what is that, a Roth IRA you're paying into? What did I say? And you lent them money and you're in your family?
I think Susie Orman's going to have to make an appearance for this season.
Every time we talk about money, we'll bring in Susie Orman.
Well, I do want to talk about Sumit has a conversation with
Low interest loans. Sorry.
Susie Orman. Fuck you. Sumit has a conversation with his friends.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all,
Okay.
It doesn't matter what they talked about.
These cricket friends are gorgeous.
They're fucking hot.
I would play hide the cricket paddle with any of them.
And that tall one, y'all.
His name is Niteen.
Niteen? He's got a nice
He
dick.
can get it.
Oh, they get me
I'm
in
going to
that
have to watch
threesome.
this scene for porn later.
Woo!
Fuck camming.
What do you
Piano Cat's going to go silent.
What do you say in cricket? Score!
I don't think that... I have no idea.
Fist me!
I hit a banger.
I just said fist me.
Yeah, probably not
That's
that.
probably...
Anyway, so the friends are giving him shit about basically his father is helping pay the father-in-law
So
because Sumit has no money of his own.
it's confusing in that. So Sumit's parents don't.
Or was it confusing because you were staring at the guys? Yeah, exactly.
Um,
That's why I didn't pay attention.
Sumit, his parents don't approve of Jenny at all, and they are really upset by what he's doing.
But they love him,
but
and
they
they're
still
trying
love
to,
him.
yeah.
They want to support their son, which that's really sweet.
Yeah.
His friends are still baffled. Again, they're kind of like those friends that are late to the party. Like, wait, but she's 62. You're like having, and he's like,
No,
yes,
this
yes,
was
I've thought of it.
this was orchestrated by production.
I thought so,
We
too.
needed more to say, and they're like, so Sumit's friends, ask them about Jenny, and ask what your problems have. So wait, my favorite was the one that's like, so dude, she's overaged.
She's overaged.
She overaged. She's not going to be able to have children. He's like, that's fine. I don't want children. And they're like, what?
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Y'all, if people in your life don't want children, just say, okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be shocked by it.
Or
you don't have to be upset.
yeah. You don't need to say, whoa, you don't want, or you don't have to convince them to have children. Or if your spouse doesn't want to have children, that's something you guys hopefully would talk about before you get married.
Unless you're big head.
You just hope it'll go away.
Hope it'll go away.
That's Sumit.
That's Sumit.
Sumit and Jenny. Sumit.
Sumit.
What are you going to do, Sumit? Are we ready to talk about Kenneth?
Let's talk about
The gays.
Wow, it's your time. You know you're gonna be mine. You know you're gonna be mine.
You know you gotta be
mine. Oh, it's your time. You know I'm gonna get your baby. Ain't nobody supposed to be here.
Unfortunately, these two gays are unlike any of the ones who would be at a club booty bumping and not drunk off their ass. But we still enjoy singing Ain't Nobody Supposed to Be Here. You can find songs like that on Poodle's Gay Club Glitter Mix on Spotlight or Spotify. Every little thing that I say and do, I'm hung up. I'm thinking on you.
Time goes by so slowly.
Time goes by so slowly.
Add that to the Poodle's Gay Glitter Mix.
I should.
That is on Spotify. You should share that.
Oh, God, I'll never forget losing my shit to that song.
In the rage, in front of a hot guy you were talking to. You said,
I gotta go dance this song. It's Madonna.
We were having a conversation, like something serious too, and he had like just put his hand like on my shoulder or something. I was like, what is this song? Oh my God, I gotta go dance.
That's his first mistake, y'all, because when I've seen Poodle in action and drunk, and I've seen him drunk in action. But the way to get Poodle, if you want to know where his button is, he really likes it when men stick their hands down his butt, the back of his pants.
I don't like it. It just happens.
You coo like a cat. Are you doing a dog when you rub the back of their butt above their tail?
I do kind of do that.
And they kind of just back up into it.
And then I'm just like throwing my head back.
Yeah, just
like a dog.
Licking the air with your tongue out like a dog does. That's what he does, y'all.
Where were we? Kenneth.
Kenneth is from St. Petersburg, Florida.
And he's 57 and remarkably well preserved,
and
as we
people
say
are
in Los
freaking
Angeles.
out about how young he looks. He does look good.
I will say, you guys, Kenneth has a couple of things going for him here. He has fair skin, and he's kept out of the sun.
Can't go on the sun.
Number one. He's started good skincare early. You can tell.
Most gay men do.
Also, he had a little bow. He's had a
We
little
think he had a little
bow in his
Botox.
forehead.
He might have had a light forehead lip, but I don't think so.
The other thing he's got going for him that really ages him down, you guys, is that huge Bart Simpson, that kind of faux hawk.
Yeah, it looks
going on there.
Yeah, it makes him look young.
Makes him look really young and fun and full of cum.
Yeah. Because as Oprah says, as you mature, you should go lighter with your hair color.
Yeah.
Because actually, that's why I like gay Jeffrey. His hair looks gross
Now-
because he dyes it so dark.
Yeah. Jeffrey's 40-something. Jeffrey looks 50.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because that's substance abuse. though,
And
when
his
he was younger.
nipples look 60.
So
And they
you
look at
guys,
64.
he looks great. He also, you see those pictures of him when he was younger. He was twinky as a fuck. He was young.
He was beautiful.
He was a
he's
twink.
good looking now, but he was beautiful when he's young. Y'all, and he had that feathered hair.
Yeah.
He lived in a town in Ohio.
Toledo. He was like, something is different about me. Because I want to like fuck the grocery delivery boy.
Why am I such a misfit? Why am I such a misfit? Why don't I fit?
My nose is cold. Why don't I fit in? I'll tell you why you're a misfit. You like cock.
Just like that gay dentist
like
from Rudolph.
Herbie. And I think Rudolph was gay too. Y'all,
We've already ruined this.
That whole special is a gay parable.
If someone remembers what episode we went on to a very gay Rudolph rant, let us know.
It was like a 7-minute rant about dissecting that whole show.
We really rewrote it. We really wrote it.
Yukon Cornelius was a leather bear.
He was.
Oh,
to my butt. Oh.
That big, the Bumble was a furry.
Yeah, it's true.
Just dressed up, wanting people to stick things in its hole.
Mm-hmm. Even Rudolph's dad. Sean, why are you talking like that? This is how you suck a Rudolph dick. Sorry. You know what? We're not going to go into that again.
We're not going to repeat ourselves.
We're going to save that for Christmas time. We're going to save that.
Save that for a Christmas story by the fire. That's right. We have Christmas stuff to do this year. I just got excited about Christmas. I don't know.
I got excited too. We should do a Christmas episode.
We weren't together last time, were we?
I was.
No, you were gone.
I went to Austin.
Yeah,
last Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you my earth.
So anyway. So he really tells this really heartfelt, beautiful story about how he did. Like, he left Ohio. He came out. He realized he was gay. And y'all, Poodle and I were like, remember the first time you went to the gay club?
Yeah.
Where was it?
You're like, I don't know. I think I was.
Oh, I do. Village.
It was
for me in Dallas.
It was in Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was like, it felt liberating but scary at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. You felt like you were doing something wrong. Or like, I worried about somebody catching me.
Yeah, or super transgressive.
I remember feeling like worrying. I was scared if I'd see someone there.
Yeah, kind of.
Even though I was out.
I think mine was more like, I felt like I was doing something that I was going down a slope that I wouldn't be able to get back on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you still feel, even when you come out at first, you still feel a lot of times you feel like you're doing something wrong.
Because when you come out, you guys, or just come out.
We'll talk about this more later.
Anyway, one part of you kind of dies.
You have to grieve the life you thought you were going to live.
And you have to kind of grieve that presumed even if you come out as bi or that completely heterosexual life. You have to grieve that life. And kind of, it's hard to put that life aside because so many people know you as that life. So
exactly. So
if your kid comes out to you guys and they have a hard time doing it, and don't make light of it because they're working at it. They're trying the hardest they can.
Just tell them you love them.
Yeah.
No matter what. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
People ask that all the time. My kid came out. What do I say?
Yeah.
You just tell them you love them.
And or don't be like some friends and say, "Oh, I've known forever," because you can do that where it's funny, but you can but just let your kid do their thing.
You know what? I've heard somebody once said. They said, you know, I've always thought you were gay, and I always hoped that you would do this because I think it's so wonderful.
That's different.
That's a great way to say that. If you want to say like, you knew all along.
Like, of course I knew. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother knew. Whenever I'd watch wrestling just a little too long.
Daddy, can I just stay up one more hour and watch the Von Erichs? They're fighting the T-Birds.
Oh, God.
Or the Freebirds. They were the Freebirds. Come at me if y'all remember the Von Erichs.
No.
Oh.
I wasn't trash to watch wrestling.
I loved wrestling. Loved it.
Wrestling.
That's what I said. Anyway, y'all.
So he came out in an 8-page letter to his family, and he said, and the mom just says, "You're fine. Don't worry about it."
You're worried. Yeah. Don't worry. I was reading. You said, don't
you're
worry.
worried. What did I say?
No,
You're
you
fine.
said it. You said it.
Okay.
I was just reading at the same time, and I said it out loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which
And his
is
dad
great.
was fine, too. I thought it was wonderful and beautiful, and then I kind of have to say, y'all, Kenny or Kenneth, he's kind of a badass because he came out in the 80s and then he decided in the 80s and 90s.
Probably the 90s, it looks like.
But still, this was not, he was like,
wanted
I'm
to
going to have kids.
And you couldn't do that in Florida in vitro unless you were married. And so he got into a sham marriage with a female friend, had in vitro, and he made clear nope, all medical, didn't tap that. So yeah, he's very bold, this one.
He's a little trailblazer. And
I'm kind of turned on by him, technically.
Can't you just be, oh God, can't you just
You know what, if things don't work
grateful.
out with Armando, call me, Kenny.
God, please. Just be grateful that he's someone blazing a trail for us.
Follow him on Instagram and send him a DM.
Kenneth, we're not interviewing you. So if he says he wants to interview you.
I can interview you after 9.
Skype him.
The name is PianoCat77.
Kenneth, don't let him
Clothing
contact
optional.
You. Nope, don't respond, Kenneth. Don't respond. So
I wouldn't want to mess up what they have, though.
You live for messing up relationships.
I actually like Armando a lot, though.
I do too. I like him a lot.
Now, if I could be the third, it would be okay.
That's fine if they both agree to it. If you want to sleep with somebody on 9, oh Jesus. So he has a son who looks so much like him.
Yeah.
His son's cute.
And then triplets.
Triplets.
I wonder if were fertility drugs involved? Because triplets without
Usually
fertility drugs
had to be.
Yeah.
Had to be. But it doesn't really say, I'm interested, but it's not really the point of the show. Does he co-parent or did he raise these kids?
We do not know.
Dad?
We do not know.
I'm interested in that. But anyway, I just put all caps. Good on him.
And then he's had some long-term relationships, you guys. But then he met one night Armando. And Armando was checking all his boxes. He was 31, Mexican. He's young. They met on a gay parent. What are you singing?
Whoa, Mexico,
Oh.
you sound so sweet. Let me suck that hoe.
Okay.
Sorry. I love James Taylor.
I'm sure he would approve of that lyric.
I'm sure he would.
So they met on a gay parenting website. Armando's nerdy cute, y'all. He's adorable.
He's adorable. This is kind of what...
Those are the kind of guys I went through in my 20s. Now I'm going to go for people like Kenny. Now I'll just break Armando.
It's true.
I'd sit on him and he would go, "Ow, I'm like, so what? Shut up. You're going to like it."
I got to applaud TLC for the casting on this because, again, I love that. Because I'm thinking, y'all, I mean, we just talked about this on Cray Cray. That tell-all, highest rated show on television of all television. So 90
that
Days,
just tells you we've got nothing to do.
90 Days a hit, but I love that a lot of people in America that maybe don't know gay people are looking at this and thinking, 2 gay men met on a parenting website.
That, you know
just
what?
the way I meet
that is
people.
a great way to think about that.
On my parent, and like really, because some people still, even in this country, it's hard for them to think, or they
gay
think
people raising children.
Or they think straight people, a man and a woman, is a better way to raise a marriage, raise kids. And I'm telling you now, in the word on taking a Sorted Lives quote, it's not.
The most important thing, you guys, is that parents love each other and love their children.
And if it's one parent, great.
Yeah.
If it's 2 parents, great. If it's 3, because you're in a throuple, that's weird.
You'd have a lot to explain to your child.
No, no, I'm kidding. If that's 5 that you want to do,
well, that would take a lot of explanation.
I started to feel bad that what's her name from Drag Race went home the first week.
Oh, the
Brittany,
one just now, Derek Barry.
Derek Barry. I was like, oh, poor Derek. And then when it said a video from Derek's boyfriends, and I went, wait, he's in a throuple.
He's in a throuple.
You know what? You can't have it all. You've already got that. You're fine. You're fine. Go the fuck home, Derek Barry.
Yeah, let me just tell you, as someone who has been messed around with people in open relationships or asked to be their third, run. This drama.
By the way, y'all.
I mean, I think it can be handled. It just has to be handled like you're dealing with plutonium.
I just
It's very-
it's hard enough to be in one relationship
Yeah.
with one person.
Yeah, the communication has to be so transparent, you guys.
Yeah.
because people do get jealous.
By the way, y'all, the new All Stars Drag Race
It's fantastic.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good. Watch that shit.
I actually was clapping like at home.
I knew
Yeah.
you would clap because Jujubee is the best reader
She's
at
the best
library
reader ever. She sang so well.
She sang so well. I love Jujubee.
Me too.
Anyway.
I hope she wins this.
I hope she's top
hope
3
she
for
wins.
sure.
Yeah,
I want her to win too.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't mind. Bam.
Alexis Mateo.
Alexis Mateo. Also, God, Ricky Martin. He just
Okay.
never loses it.
Okay, he looks
Y'all,
fantastic.
He was a guest judge on Drag
doesn't
Race.
look any different.
No.
And we've said before, y'all, that Livin' La Vida Loca video changed us, like my molecular structure.
He can maneuver my menudo.
Like when they put that wax on his open chest.
Wow, someone's really descriptive right now. I know when what
And it
moment
was a
hit your-
girl, but I assumed it was me. And my grandmother's like watching it. What's going on there? It's fine, people.
That's my people.
Don't turn that chair off.
Jaybird, why are you wearing a towel on your head and speaking Spanish?
Como se dice? I'm fine, people. Anyway,
I'm living La Vida Loca.
so anyway, so yes, so they met on this website, and then he had a trip to Los Angeles, and Armando lives kind of in the he lives in the Baja Peninsula of Mexico, and so they decided to meet up, and they just had a really good time.
And fucked all night.
And they fucked all night, had gay sex till it wasn't tied, fucked all night.
Wow. I loved how committed that was. So I gotta give that.
you.
I gotta give that
Thank
to
you. I appreciate that.
So they fucked all night, y'all. I'm gonna have some opinions on who's top and who's bottom later. I'm not certain yet.
I think they mix it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have some thoughts. I think they do mix it up, but I have some thoughts. I'm gonna have to. I need to, like Jane Goodall. I have to collect evidence.
Which, by the way, I'm surprised that you haven't talked about anybody's penis yet on this show.
You know, no one's standing out to me yet.
Not even Yazan?
Actually, Yazan's.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we are.
Yazan's penis.
It's huge, isn't
It's
it?
nice.
It's nice.
It's not huge. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of big dick on this season
Okay.
yet. Kenny's is okay. It's nothing to write home about. Armando's, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What about Baby?
Baby.
Whatever his name is, he goes by Baby. Being from
Oh,
Ethiopia.
I haven't seen enough of him.
I haven't really seen
yeah.
him. Yeah, we don't know. Just pictures.
Yeah.
So you really do have to see Big Dick Face in person.
Yeah. I need to get 3 angles at least.
Yeah, 3D, more of a 3D kind of thing. I get
Yeah.
that.
3D, my eyes go.
Reading. Please stay still. Please stay still. Processing. Big Dick. Anyway, so
That was the readout of the paper.
so
very,
now
very good.
it was. Let's I say just to kind of not finish it up now, but let's kind of talk about Kenny and the rest of his situation, and then we'll move on to Armando.
That's what I was gonna do. Yep.
Because Kenny's got he has 4 kids. One daughter still lives with him, and he's a grandfather, y'all.
Yeah.
So cute little
Can you
boy.
imagine if that was your grandfather? Daddy. Granddaddy.
Okay. All right. Wow.
I think I dated a guy who was 56, and he looked good, did not look as good as Kenny, though.
I will tell y'all this, though, y'all. Sex with a 50-year-old man.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Woo!
They take, first of all,
They
y'all.
take their time.
They take their time. They are confident.
They make it a moment.
They're going to get what they need from you.
But oftentimes they want to make sure you get what you
Most of
need
the
as
time,
well.
yeah. Yeah.
They realize that sex is a two-way contact
It's
sport.
true.
Contact.
Anywho,
Wow, I just went to a place.
I know. I'm uncomfortable, so I'm going to back away.
Well, I think I left a wet spot on your couch.
Yeah, I'm going to clean that up later. I knew I should have like Scotch guarded this thing. So they we find out that like he is going away. He's selling his house, and with his purple-haired real estate agent, whose her hair matches her clothes. I wonder if she has a different outfit for every wig she has.
I loved her. Her name is Sabine.
Of course it is.
Sabine is fun, y'all. She is that lady at bingo that is always going to be happy for whoever wins. You know what I mean? Sabine is that lady who goes.
She can still talk tough to you though.
No, but she goes to our friends' comedy shows and she still laughs.
She does.
She probably has to have a little bit of Chardonnay.
Oh yes, definitely.
She laughs though.
So basically, she's saying, it's Mexico's not very progressive, like Florida is.
It's interesting. Kenneth is going to be fine money-wise. He's a property manager, and
he can kind of do what he needs to do.
And also,
over there.
I've learned because I had a friend who thought he almost had it now. When we went to Mexico City, he met this guy there, and they started dating for a while. And you can make a pretty decent living doing property management stuff in Mexico in coastal towns through Airbnbs and stuff like that.
Like on the trip you took?
Yeah, one of my friends totally. My friend Michael, but not Michael.
Oh,
not Bellavia. You don't know him.
Okay,
I don't think you know Michael.
He just met them and then just.
Actually, we were at the gay bar and one of the gay bars, and I was talking to this guy, and he was a nice guy, and we were just. It was very nice to go to bars in Mexico because men would just talk to you, not wanting to fuck you, just chat.
Sounds like a snooze. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with this kind of behavior.
My friend, he really got a different side of it because when I talked to him, I said, what a nice, mild-mannered guy. And then later on, I saw that guy just wearing a harness. And they were having still a conversation. Anyway, they dated for 6 months back and forth.
Wow.
He almost was a 90-day fiancé.
6 months? Wow.
Well, no, they didn't.
Oh, I see.
They broke up. But anyway, property management.
But
so, like,
you'd think you'd have to be together for a certain amount of time. Although it didn't happen for Robert and Annie. I feel like that because that's the reason long distance is you start a relationship when you're in the same place.
Well, he also he was kind of in career paths, and he was thinking maybe I'll move to Mexico because a lot of Americans do move to Mexico still because it's inexpensive to live and it's not
so
that
he
far from
works
family.
Remotely?
Yeah, and if you know,
I get it.
A lot of people go live in Cabo now.
I got it.
So anyway, he's going to go do that, but he's leaving Madison and
his grandson Cooper.
I don't mean to be judgy, but Madison was obviously very upset. But she was like, "You're just like the father to him, and you're every day in his life." And I was like, "Bitch, you grown."
Yeah, but
you grown.
I agree. I agree, but this is the acting out. This is the emotional part of it. She had to say these things because she's feeling these things. I get it. Of course, she's
true.
I mean, can you imagine? You're giving up everything, and also there's a part of a kid, a kid that you raise that says you should always be here because you will die before me and you will be in my life.
No, that's true.
There is a childhood thing.
It's harder when a parent moves away, yeah.
In a way, this is not what's happening, but when a parent chooses their own happiness over their children, which kind of rocks the child's world.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I understand why she was like that. Now, not to say that he's not right for wanting to have happiness.
No, he raised his kids. He's done.
But everything in her is telling, no, you don't get to tell me when you get to leave because you're my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also, who knows, maybe they eventually want to move from Mexico back to the U.S. Who knows? That could be a long-term plan.
The ethos of Toe, y'all, is all about, I'm leaving, I'm never coming back. Though, that's kind of what they're supposed to say.
But
it makes the stakes higher.
I
know.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. But I'm saying that's what they're supposed to tell everybody.
They're going to end up living in Southern California. I'm just telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
No, maybe they'll love Mexico. I'm not digging Mexico at all. Anyway, so that's kind of That's basically where Kenny. He was very emotional and very It was very
he was
moving.
breaking down. Yeah, it was because he realized too that guilt he feels that he's leaving his kids. He's leaving his grandkids.
It's not necessarily his first choice, but he gets that but it's interesting because Armando, it'll be interesting to see their journey. I hope they make it because but he's going to leave his family.
Yeah.
And bring his daughter, and it's not like he has to stay in Mexico for the mother of his child.
No.
So we're going to talk about that.
And let's talk about Armando.
So
I want to just point out right away, these two people could not be at more different places in their lives.
That's very true.
So to me, it's not the age difference that's going to get them. It's the life experience and where they are in their lives. If things don't go the way they want them to. Armando's experienced almost nothing of this.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if maybe is because Kenneth because he has kids that seem in their, like the youngest one seems she seems young, like 24.
He had 2 longtime partners before this.
So, but I'm thinking if he's 57. So he waited. So I was going to say he had fun when he was young and then had kids kind of like mid-30s.
Yep.
So.
And y'all, he had fun.
Oh, that cute thing. She had fun.
She had fun.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Armando, he lives in Mexico, in San Felipe, Mexico.
He's the pet resort owner, which is the first one I've ever heard of.
It's a really cute pet resort.
It is.
His sister's a dog groomer there. He owns
I want to go to a pet resort for people.
Well, I just would love to go pet a bunch of schnauzers right now.
You need to calm down with your dog frenzy.
I'm wanting a puppy right now.
You don't want a puppy.
I want a puppy. I want a rescue dog, but I want a dog. If I brought him,
I will not let you get a puppy.
He'll get angry if I brought him because here's the deal with Poodle. Poodle doesn't want a puppy because the puppy will pee everywhere. But once he sees the puppy and smells the puppy breath, he'll fall in love with it.
But no, I have no problem with you getting a dog. I will not let you get a puppy.
But if I brought him a puppy, he would fall in love with it.
Oh, I would.
And
I would say, take this back. Or, when can I absorb its essence?
Exactly.
Anyway, Armando's cute. He's nerdy cute. He learned English by going to a bilingual school. He speaks perfect English.
And then watching TV. And his sister learned from watching TV and going to school. His shop is on his parents' property. He lives close to them, like 12 meters.
6-year-old daughter named Hannah. And he had a relationship with the mother. Then they were married for 8 years. And so when he got married, he was 19.
Yes.
Or no, maybe he was even 16 or 17 because the mother's been dead.
We don't do math.
Anyway, so they got together. He basically told his wife in a conservative Mexican culture, "I'm gay."
Well, let's backtrack.
Yeah.
When he was 19, 18, he told his family then that he was gay. And they all...
I thought, no, this was after...
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Let me keep going.
Wrong gay person.
So he had a relationship with the mother, and then after he told his wife, and then...
The wife brought in his own mother.
Outed him
to his...
Which, y'all, that was just disastrous. And even when you're hurt, I get it. You want to out someone. You want to get back at them. Mm-hmm. But boy, that's destroying someone's life.
It can be. I mean, I was outed, but in a much different circumstance. And I'm not it wasn't to my mother.
This was an attempt to destroy someone's life.
That's kind of what we got. It was...
And then he was pushed back into the closet.
We think maybe she was just grieving and she told him that. What I was going to say, this is what I thought of. Armando really talked about how he really wanted to be, and I'm going to say this, it's not what we think, but it's saying like a thing. He wanted to be a man, and a man marries a woman, especially in Mexican culture. He talks about this. Y'all, there's this word used, if you're new, that's in like a lot of Latin culture. It's called machismo, and it's this idea that because there's even some places in Latin American, Central American even some in South American culture, this the idea of machismo all kind of reigns in that.
Right.
And there's even some men, like men that are gay, will be made fun of much more if they're a bottom or a receptive partner. Where men's that are men's. I sound like
men's.
the Williams. Where men that are tops,
active partners are
they're more quote unquote seen as a higher on the status.
But yeah,
they're all gay. They're all real gay.
oh girl.
So anyway, this is a thing I remember too, just from having friends. We've had friends just being from LA that are Latin, and also having clients. Like
there's a big binary in the Latino LGBT community.
I thought it was like,
men.
Okay, so it's just harder coming out. And then once I started working with clients and learned about it, it's a big fucking deal. And and we're gonna see this.
That's why I'm gonna think about this top bottom thing. Oh, Lord. There's a lot to process.
So anyway,
I know that who's the top, who's the bottom is the least interesting of all of them. I just need to find out.
Oh God, you're not gonna have sex with either of them.
I'll talk to Ken on his Instagram.
Maybe I'll make sure you're blocked. You won't speak to him for the 90 Day Gays account. Follow us at 90 Day Gays on Instagram and Twitter.
Anyway, so
anyway, he told his wife. The wife told the mother. It was this. He went back in the closet.
Yeah.
And he didn't marry the wife. They stayed divorced. He went back in the closet, and then like 3 months after he told his ex-wife
she died in
gay,
a car accident.
She died in a car accident.
Can you imagine
y'all?
that guilt?
This is like a Southern story.
I agree, and that's why I feel like he, at this age, has had to deal with so much.
So I wonder if it is, maybe he's not the same age as Kenneth, but like maturity-wise, if he's on a different, that they meet somewhere in that.
Maybe.
And he said, so that's why he went on the parenting group, is because he couldn't talk about being a gay parent to anyone in his life.
Right.
And he's been living this secret and not telling any of his family, and so that's where he met Kenneth.
I totally agree with you that maybe he is. There's no experience for a life lived, though.
There isn't.
What, and also there's no experience getting over trauma than a life lived.
No, but...
And I feel like Armando's had a lot of trauma.
Yeah, but trauma can it can stunt you or propel you.
I agree.
And so we don't know where he is on that yet.
Anyway, he basically is going to. His family has no idea, and he's going to live. They're going to go to La Mission, which is 4 hours away, and live together with their daughter.
And we also have to say
his daughter.
When his wife died, like it was still his best friend and the one person who kind of, I guess, talked. Okay, so he said that was really hard. So yes, that is his plan. He's going to go to La Mission, which is he's on La Mission. Yeah, he's on the east side of the Baja Peninsula, and I think it's on the Pacific side. So it's basically on the other side. It's 4 hours away from his family. It's like Kim from Cray Cray said, it's like a 30-minute drive from San Diego.
Yeah.
That's actually where they'll end up moving, San Diego.
Yeah. And he told his parents, you guys, that a documentary is going to be talking about Mexican life.
They don't even know.
So,
anything.
I mean, I understand that we need to, we tell ourselves these stories and able to live. And you know,
yeah, we do.
But I get it. He's going to have to tell these people probably in the next episode or so what's going to happen.
You know what? So he's going to tell them in the next episode. I'm sure he's going to tell them. He's only going to give them like 2 days notice.
And he has to tell them the following things. He has to tell them he's gay.
He's gay, even though they didn't want to.
He's moving.
He's moving.
He's moving with a man.
And he's taking their grandchild.
He's taking their grandchild with him.
4 hours away.
Woo!
And which 4 hours? I don't know how.
That's a quadruple nut Sunday, y'all.
That is. And so to practice, he tells his sister this first.
Oh. And we were talking about this with Cray Cray earlier today. And Kyle said this might have been the most emotional scene he's ever seen on 90 Day Fiancé in all the franchises.
I agree.
I was broken by this scene, and I cried when I watched it.
It was very emotional.
Yeah. Mostly because of her and their dialogue back and forth. I could see a lot of, in my own experience and just experiences of LGBT people I know and their families.
Because he said, do you remember what you said to me when I first came out?
Ugh.
And she told him that he had a demon inside her.
Demon inside you.
And that it was the devil, and that she couldn't.
And then he laid in the desert and wanted to die.
And then he ran as fast as he could, for as long as he could, and he laid in the desert hoping for something to bite him.
To eat him, yeah.
Kill him. Y'all, because they have shit in the Baja Peninsula. That desert is brutal in the middle. So... And so he tells his sister this, and what broke my heart of all of this, his sister at first looked like a little child that was shamed.
Yeah.
Like she was looking down, couldn't even look at him in the eye. And I was surprised. She told him, she said, I love you. Mm-hmm. And basically, like, she didn't really say, I accept you.
Well, here's what she said. The problem was you showed us someone, this is what I was talking about by the life dying.
Yeah.
She's like, with telling us what you told us, you showed us something different.
She said that you got married to a woman, and we thought that you like, almost like you led us on.
Yeah.
Which she's thinking of her experience.
Yeah,
and
she's making it about, yeah.
I have had
I have a feeling they're probably kind of codependent. With each other.
And I've had some people say to me when I first came out, but you dated a girl, like, why did you do that? And I think we're using this word a lot right now.
You didn't know.
Well, using this word a lot, so don't be triggered by it, but that is speaking from a place of privilege.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to decide when you're straight. You know you're straight.
And because you guys...
know you fit
having a girlfriend or a boyfriend for LGBT people is agency. That means you're safe. And it means you're normal.
It means you're not. It means things like, I get emotional just think about it. It means you're not going to get beat up.
Yep.
It means that you're not going to, because especially when you're thinking this, it means you're going to be able to be this is what I thought.
Yeah.
It means I'm going to be able to be a father.
Uh-huh.
It means I'm going to be able to make more money.
Yeah, like your life doesn't have to die.
It means I'm not going to burn in hell for eternity. Mm-hmm. It means I'm not going to die
of
AIDS.
Too late.
That's what I thought.
Too late, because you're going to do that.
I'm going to do all that. But so there's this idea. So when you think, it's different now, but in America, back when we were younger, but in most of the parts of the world, and I feel bad saying this, but you will do anything not to have to come out.
Yeah, because...
You will do anything to fit in.
Your life is going to die, and all your relationships you have with people are going to change.
And that is why it's so important. That's why, even though the last 4 episodes weren't that great, that's why, Jake and I think both...
Weren't that great is an understatement.
Where we love Will and Grace so much.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about before the 90s.
No, but
No, I agree.
We love Will and Grace so much, and I know some people have problems with it now or whatever, but for us...
It needed to be there.
It came out in 1998, and it was hope for us.
Yeah, and the younger generation of LGBT folks...
and at least in America, have so many more role models.
Yeah, and they have a lot of... They
can
have
see
a lot
parents.
of bones to pick with Will and Grace, and I'm just like... Honey, that was in the 90s. That was the best we had.
That was all we had.
Yeah.
So you don't remember that. And so anyway, I just say that's why it is so important wherever you are in your life to be a role model, because these people see this and it changes their experience because it gives them someone to look to.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have, and Armando didn't have that.
No.
Think how many famous Mexican gay people do y'all know?
Very few.
Very few. Mm-hmm. So it's still something that needs to be brought to life there. And I actually think it's smart. I remember in doing counseling when I did Trevor Project and stuff, sometimes kids would be like, well, I'm leaving on Monday, but I'm going to I'm leaving on this day, but I'm going to give my parents a month notice. And they would tell me about their life and the abuse and stuff going on.
And you're like, no, you get out of there now.
No, you call them afterwards, or you tell them the day of when you get in the car. There's something about, I can't judge him for that because I think it's his safety, and he needs to worry about his safety now emotionally.
No, I was just amazed by how many things he was having to tell them in one day.
I didn't feel like you were judging it at all. It was a lot.
He was like, I got to tell him this, and I'm like, ooh.
Anyway, y'all, we're invested.
I got to tell you, after what we were put through by this past season of these human pieces of trash on before the 90 this season.
You know, if Kenny fucks over Armando,
yeah, and y'all,
better not.
Everyone cares. The exception being the really problematic one that is next. It's either going to be Brittany or this chick, y'all. Although there is one white guy with a Colombian girl later who we haven't seen.
We haven't seen
Colombian woman, sorry.
Colombian woman.
And then Jihoon and Devin, who we already know.
Y'all, we have Ariella.
Who I called Ariola.
She's from Princeton, New Jersey. She's 28 years old.
Which, I don't know if you've been to Princeton, y'all. It ain't cheap. So she's a cardiologist's daughter. She came from money. Let's just
Even
start
when
there.
they were showing like the town, I was like, what the fuck town is this? It looks like those pretty parts of Disneyland.
Yep. This girl
doesn't look like Oklahoma with a cow in somebody's yard.
Don't grow up poor.
Nobody had a bathtub in their front yard.
No. So we talked a little bit about this on Cray Cray. This girl, her kind of, you know, if you're born into a little bit of privilege, which seems like is what happened here. She went to Argentina when she was young.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
I'll marry the first man I meet there.
'Cause he's got a huge dick and nice eyelashes. He went down on me. I won't keep my distance.
Oh, you could find that. Some of the lashes. That's a tough rhyme. Ooh.
It's a tough rhyme.
I can't.
You'll think of it tonight when you're laying in bed.
Reduced me to ashes. Not good. No. Anyway,
y'all, her first husband is fucking...
Leandro was gorgeous.
Y'all,
Argentine.
find
Kenyan
him on
people.
Instagram and let us know.
So she was 17. She went and married this man. Stayed married to him for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we said this before. This is total an act of rebellion. This is
We said this a lot
girl.
on Cray Cray.
Yeah, and
we've decided between us and Cray Cray.
This is going to be.
She's got daddy issues.
This is more than that. This is going to be the one people are not going to like. This girl's going to be really divisive.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit more about her and give y'all some background. So she's 17. So she learned Spanish. She met him there. They were married. They got married 6 months later, but they've been separated for the last 3 years and got divorced.
Yeah.
So she said when they got divorced, she's like 27. She looks older than she is.
A little bit. She went wild.
She went and explored.
She went to Ethiopia and she met this guy named Biniam, who they also call Baby.
They also call Baby.
Who's a dancer, choreographer, and
he looks pretty hot.
He
looks really, really hot.
Okay, calm down.
Ugh.
Your plantation complex is very
No,
disturbing.
I don't mean that. I just mean he's hot and he's got nice nipples.
Anyway, so he
needs a dancer, which means he can fuck. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, that was gross.
You know, I had to listen to you talk about Kenny, so you're fine.
So anyway, so she's trying to break it off, and he wants to date her, and then of course she winds up pregnant. She got knocked up, y'all.
Knocked up. She got knocked up.
So she's come back to the U.S. for prenatal care, which is a privileged thing to be able to do anyway. Have the best prenatal care paid for by her family.
Literally some of the best in the country.
Yeah. And so she's at prenatal yoga.
So she's working. She's a freelance writer, works for dad. She's at prenatal yoga.
Freelance writer.
Yeah,
Again,
they don't make money.
Well,
they can.
They can.
They actually can. I know like 3 freelance.
No, you
that
can't
make money.
It's
Ariel doesn't make money. That's
nothing,
the point of this.
The thing is, it has nothing to do with being a freelance writer. How do I say this?
Oh God! Usually when Poodle says, "How do I say this?" means I have to edit it.
A freelance writer usually means that you have options.
Yeah.
It's not your only option. In other words, you have things to fall back on.
Yes.
You have either a trust fund or you have someone who will catch you.
We think she's a trust fund kid.
Yeah.
We think that because
she gives it off too.
It's just
she annoys the fuck out of me too. Just to get that out there.
I can't get past. I said this, and nobody else is going to care. Her choice of eyeshadow with no eyeliner.
This really bothered you.
Y'all, if you're wearing light pink eyeshadow, wear a fucking good dark brown eyeliner and some mascara to balance out. Otherwise, it looks like you look tired. You look tired.
But, the most important thing,
Don't
obviously.
put on eyeshadow and not put an eyeliner on. It's a picture without a frame, y'all.
Anywho.
Or at least a good dark mascara.
So they're in prenatal yoga, and everyone's talking, and her friend is like, yeah, I'm so happy to have like the best doctors in the world, and blah, blah. She's like, what's your labor plan? She's like, I'm going to Ethiopia to have the baby there. Silence. Everyone was like, okay.
Oh, and even the prenatal yoga, y'all, and the yoga teachers, they can accept everything.
Yep.
She even was kind of like,
oh. And then there was a woman in the corner who's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I came here so I could get this.
She's like, I came from
Japan.
Japan.
But like, who am I to judge?
Yeah, I came from Japan because they don't can't get all the medicine you need there. And here, it's fine. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have said that. That was my favorite part.
We also find out that it's not that she can't get an epidural. It's just that they don't have the medicine. They don't have the
medicine.
drug. So and I'm not saying anyone who is pregnant has to get an epidural. If you're listening to Smothered, we're talking a lot about that because Cher's mother wants her to have natural childbirth.
It's also too, they bring up the mortality rate.
Yeah.
We're not dogging Ethiopia. If you had a baby in Ethiopia, you've been born in Ethiopia, that's great. We're just saying that the mortality rate of babies born there is much higher, I guess, than here.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about that more in depth. And Craig, y'all can listen to that for on our free Patreon.
And her reasoning about having the baby in Ethiopia is so the father can see the baby being born,
which is admirable. I would think, it was pretty pathetic when Ji-hoon was just looking at his fucking Skype.
Yeah. Let's look back in history of what's happened, how this has worked, though. We've had Devin, Tiffany, and this is the one woman. They've all flown back to have their babies.
We'll see. Her mom is a nurse, and which we're going to talk about that in a bit.
And her mom is going with her to Ethiopia.
She is. Her mom has decided to go with
Thank God.
Her. I think
Ariella does not have sense to know what's going on.
We think that I don't think she's dumb. I think she's just really naive.
She's trying to get back at her family.
Really entitled. And y'all, we think she has a little bit of Tania complex where she always wants to be different.
Yep. And she always wants to be right.
She always wants to be different and like she doesn't need the world to validate her because she's going to do something cool.
Yeah. This girl's got Tania all over her, which is why she rattles me. She rattles my cage.
I know he doesn't even want to talk about. I can tell he's like wants to. Just
I don't like
up.
her. I don't like her.
But she, I just want to something that I do kind of respect the way she met. What's his name again? Binion. She said, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?" And I went, "That is a Poodle Boudreaux line."
Hey, didn't I see you? Haven't I seen you before?
I mean,
maybe you got one of those faces. Haven't we met before?
Maybe you got one of those dicks.
Maybe I've seen you on the apps before. Look familiar. You sure we've never been out?
Poodle says that shit all the time. I've heard him.
So the other concern we have is we don't know if there's going to be if she has to have a C-section. Any of this stuff is fully available.
And he can't come over here. By the way,
no.
They discussed him coming over here, but I guess immigration's not easy with Ethiopia right now.
I don't know.
We don't know. I'm guessing. So he can't, whatever it is, he can't come over here right now.
It's I'm going to have problems with this bitch. I'm throwing it out there right now.
Here's the thing that bothered me. Her mom knows she has chosen to have prenatal care in fucking Princeton, New Jersey, and tells her doctor 5 days before she's leaving.
This is
whereas
ugh.
What really pissed me off, it actually made me angry for the welfare of her child.
Yeah.
Her doctor could have helped her look at medical facilities, contacted other doctors. He could have set things. Doctors would be an advocate for you.
I think all of this was sprung on the parents about a week ago.
I think so too. And you know what? They're so used to just having her spring shit on them their whole lives.
Guess what? I'm getting married. I'm 17 and we're in love.
Because her mom is, y'all, her mom Janice is an emergency and trauma nurse.
She's seen some shit.
Y'all, hands up for our nurses, all of you right now,
up
our
for
medical
our essential workers.
But emergency and trauma nurses, they're not shy about fucking anything.
No.
The shit they've seen up people's assholes. Y'all,
$1,000,001 shock, doc.
come at us. If you're a trauma nurse, come at us the shit you've seen in someone's asshole.
Give us a DM and give us the most ridiculous shit you've seen.
We'll shout you out on the show, or even better, if you're, because we only had one this week. If you're on the Gatreon $15 tier, spotlight, sissy, spotlight.
Thank you for saying that correctly.
You could call and leave a 1-minute voicemail and be in our sissy spotlight, and we'll play you on the show.
We're going to play the winner right after this.
Not on this episode. We're paying on Tell All Part 2.
Oh, never mind. We've already done it.
We've already done it. Poodle doesn't know where he is.
Anyway,
I think that's basically all I have.
That's Toe, y'all. I'm excited.
I am too. We still have to meet the guy who marries a Colombian girl.
Yeah, and we're going to meet Jihoon and Devin if you haven't already met them.
And I think
from
that's
season 1.
right?
Yep.
I feel like they have less couples and it's better.
It's much better.
It's better. We're going to have more people. So, y'all, we're ready. So, if
we
you're...
had 8 couples for before the 90 days.
It's too much.
8.
Too much.
Well, we had Yolanda. We had 1.5.
Yeah.
Yolanda and, quote, Williams. Basically, Yolanda and her daughter, Kara.
I still want them to interview the guy who was all his pictures, like this Italian guy, to be like...
He can't be bothered.
Hey, no, I don't know.
He can't be bothered. I'm a homosexual.
I'm a homosexual. I suck on the dick.
No, because that guy was gay.
Suck on the dick.
That guy who was in Williams' pictures was gay.
Rima the batta. La butta la rimiere.
Okay.
My Italian is spot on. Yo,
anyway, that's the show.
You can go to 90daygays.com.
90daygays.com.
90daygays.com for all our other shows. You can also jump on our Gatreon. We're doing all the fun stuff there that we talked about. All 3 tiers are available for you. We're going to be having a YouTube Live for a $15 tier at the end of this month coming up. Anything else? Merch? We got our merch there.
Merch on the website, 90daygays.com.
90daygays.com. And you can come at us on Cameo.
Come at us on Cameo. At Jake It or Fake It.
And at the Matt Marr. All those links are down below. Last but not least, y'all sign up for the newsletter. That's the best way that you can keep track of all this shit that you forget and we don't remember. It's all going to be
your little column.
Yeah,
this week.
Maddie's Muddlins. I don't know what we're calling it. Maddie's Musings. That's it. What am I going to muse about?
I don't know. I talked about things to do during pandemic.
What's this? I'm wondering.
I gotta pee.
Poodle's about to piss his pants, y'all. We call these people lonely hearts because Poodle, aren't we all just lonely hearts?
Yes. And if you, yes.
God damn it! Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up.
And if you
don't fuck this up.
And if you decide to ship your girlfriend back over after finding out you had an arranged marriage, call us.